I don't know who needs to hear this, but have you written your eulogy? Why is this important? What does this have to do with anything? Well, let's talk about a life of purpose. Let's get it. So, the topic of eulogy might sound shocking to many because it conjures up the thought of death. However, it's an important topic to consider. Truth is, while a lot of us recognize that death is certain, none of us give consideration to the actual time that death would come knocking. The majority of us, we just don't want to think about, oh, life could end at any point in time, or when would life end? And even though we don't want to think about it, the reality is still there. We are all going to die. And in most cases, when death comes, it doesn't serve up a notice that it's about to happen. Except, of course, you've just been diagnosed with a terminal illness, and at that point, the reality of death becomes something you can't ignore. So, what's the point? Well, before we go into the point, let's understand what a eulogy is supposed to be. Your eulogy is actually something that someone else says about you when you die, and it's a form of praise that other people would have of you. Now, people will not have anything to praise about you if you haven't given them a reason to want to say something good about you. And what people say about you is an indication of what you have done to add value to their respective lives. And therein lies the point. What you do to add value to other people's lives is an indication of your own purpose in life. So the real questions are, does your life have a purpose? Does your life have any meaning? It's important to think about purpose and meaning in life because this is probably the single biggest foundation for a happy life. A lot of people out there have been deceived into thinking that happiness comes from what they get in life. And because of that deception, people have become addicted to taking. And so you find people spend their energies seeking a life of acquiring material things and material comforts. The challenge with that lifestyle is that it becomes a drug. You get a high from that new item, the new phone, the new car, the new house, the new luxury destination vacation that you've had. But that feeling doesn't last for long. And like most drugs, the low that comes afterwards will trip you into thinking you need to get the next new item to go back to that level of happiness that you thought you felt. And the cycle just keeps going on. You're jumping from one new thing or one new purchase or one new comfort to the other. And eventually you find that life has no meaning for you. The penny drops for a lot of people when they get to a point where the end of life becomes a glaring reality that they can no longer avoid. So, for example, the person who's just been diagnosed with a terminal illness. And at that point, most people then accept that those material things that they've acquired did not bring any happiness to them. So, how can you determine what your life's purpose is? Here are a few tips. The first thing to note is that your purpose in life and the value does not come from what you get, but from what you give. There's a popular quote that comes from the Bible which says, "There is more happiness in giving than there is in receiving." And that is a truth. The more you are able to give to other people, the happier you will become. So one of the ways that you can determine what your purpose in life is to think about what genuinely gives you joy when you give to others. What activities do you do for others that really brings joy to you? One way to illustrate this is to think about comedians who are successful. What you will find as a common thread with successful comedians is that they enjoy bringing laughter to other people. So that value of laughter that they see in other people is what gives them meaning in life. Point number 2 comes back to that point of the eulogy. Think about, what do the people who really know you and care about you have to say about you? So let's flip the script for a bit here. When you think about the people you care about, do you care about those people because of the car that they drive, or the phone that they own, or the house that they live in? Or do you care about those people because of what they have done to bring joy to your life? For example, there's people in your life that you really care about them and you enjoy being with them because anytime you're around them, they make you smile. Other people seem to know the right things to say. Now, flip that script on yourself and think, the people who care about you, what will they have to say about you that could help you determine what your purpose in life is? What value do you bring to them? The third indication of what your purpose in life could be is to think about those things that trip you up. What things get you upset? What are your pet peeves? And a good way to get an indication of what upsets you is to think about the things you interact with on social media. What comments do you make? What things do people post that annoys you? And what kind of items do you find yourself sharing on social media? So for example, you might be that person that you just don't like to see people who are homeless, or you might be that person that doesn't enjoy seeing people who are ill in the hospital or who are hungry. Understanding what makes you upset can also give you an indication of what your purpose in life should be. A fourth indicator of what your purpose in life is to think about, if money was not a consideration in your life, if you did not have to worry about paying the bills, what would you wake up every morning to do? The truth is, a lot of us today keep the jobs that we keep because it pays well, or we do not know of any other alternative to earn an income. If we were to eliminate those two factors in our lives, a lot of us would not be doing what we're doing to earn an income today. We would be doing something else. So play a bit of fantasy. Just step away from the realities and ask yourself, if you did not have to worry about money, what would you like to wake up and do every day? The answer to that question, and it could be more than one answer, can give you an indication of what your life's purpose should be. Determining your life's purpose is not something that you can get overnight. It takes weeks, months, maybe even years of finding answers to these questions. The truth is though, finding those answers is absolutely critical to giving your life meaning and giving your life value and helping you to live the best life that you can live. So start now. Find out what your purpose in life is. Find out who you are and why you are here. And getting answers to those questions could just mean the difference between a life of addiction to material things or a life of true joy that comes from living life to purpose. Thanks for watching this video. If you have found your purpose in life, please leave a comment in the comment section. Someone might be inspired by your comments to determine what their purpose in life is. And if you enjoyed this video or you have questions, please leave your comments as well. I'll be more than happy to look at those questions and do some research and come back with answers. And of course, if you enjoyed the video and you haven't hit the subscribe button yet, what are you waiting for? Smash that subscribe button, hit the notification bell so that you're the first to see new videos when they show up on this channel. Live your life of purpose and have a blessed life.